If you talk to people in Spain, it's because his family decided they didn't want to move. If you talk to reports here in England, it's because Real Madrid suddenly changed their minds. Now, I haven't been able to confirm either one or go and establish where the truth is, but I've done this for a while, and generally you've got people who like to spin things one way or another. Obviously, Real Madrid changing their mind about letting him go is a more positive story for the consumption of the British audience, and blaming everything on Gareth Bale's family is more positive for the consumption of Real Madrid fans. I don't even think the truth necessarily lies somewhere in the middle. There's another possibility that the intermediary who set up this deal, maybe suddenly there were some wires crossed at some point, and it wasn't actually going to work out. Remember, too, Jiangsu Suning already have their full allocation of foreigners as well. I don't think this was quite as done and dusted as some people would have had us believe.
Gab, this is something obviously we've discussed at length. You haven't had a chance to chip in over the last couple of weeks. In your opinion, what does your gut say about where Gareth Bale will be come the end of the transfer window?
His people say he's not taking a pay cut. He would rather stay and prove Zinedine Zidane wrong, right? That's what they've been saying up until a month ago when people last reached out to them. That's an admirable. In some ways, you can look at that as an admirable stance to take. Now, obviously, that would belie him just upping stakes to go to China. Personally, I think only Bale knows exactly what his relationship with Zidane is and the players around him and to what degree he believes in himself. Personally, I think he can make the same money spread over a longer life of a longer term contract and go and put himself in play elsewhere and possibly prolong his career if that's what he wants to do. But obviously he's in a situation where he effectively holds all the cards. And when we look back on this, there's a whole bunch of contract extensions that were made by Real Madrid that were simply not smart business, and his was one of them.
Oh, it's incredibly questionable business when you think why you give him a contract extension in the first place. But it's been done. Stuart Robson, if you're Gareth Bale and you've got your manager saying, look, it's best if he moves on, yet he doesn't want to go, what do you do if you're Gareth Bale? What would you do? Would you sit on the bench, take the money, or would you go somewhere?
I said go somewhere else a couple of days ago. I said he has to go, prolong his career, go and show everybody that he's still a top-class player. Having seen the last two games that Real Madrid have played, I'm not sure that Zidane's going to be there for too much longer. I think he's not lost the dressing room, but he doesn't know how to change this side that are playing really poorly at the moment. He didn't have a great end to last season. This Gareth Bale thing has caused him a lot of problems. I think Gareth Bale may just, and if it was me, I'd say, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to prove you wrong if you give me a chance. And if he does go, a new manager comes in.
Didn't he have a chance last season?
He didn't have a chance under
Lopetegui to do exactly that.
No, but China's not the answer. And I don't think too many clubs in the Premier League or Bayern Munich or PSG look as though they're going to make a bid for him at the moment or pay his wages. So,
but you could go and play for one of those clubs if you took a pay cut.
If you took a pay cut, but still I don't think too many clubs are coming in for him at the moment because he hasn't played that much over the last couple of years.
But if you could force the hand to move?
I would go and play in a Premier League club and try and be their star man and prove over the next 4 years I'm still a world-class player.
How many times you talked about Gareth Bale, Steve?
Go and play.
Go and play.
And go to PSG. And then you will prolong your career. Neymar out, Gareth Bale in. Maybe a little pay cut here and there.
Yeah.
And then you're set for another 4 or 5 years.
Go on, Gab.
I was just going to say, I mean, to be fair, we have to consider also Asensio's injury in this. I mean, it's still very crowded up front, and Zidane's also been very, very clear about this. But if you look at it in terms of a numbers game, that's one guy who in Zidane's mind would have been ahead of Bale in the pecking order. That's him out of the mix, and then it's Hazard, it's Vinicius, it's Jovic, it's Benzema, it's Lucas Vazquez. Is there some room in there for Gareth Bale? Do they want to hold back a little? That's the only thing I can think of.
Gab, Zidane has completely lost Bale. Regardless of whether Bale gets in the team every now and again or comes off the bench, Gareth Bale ain't giving Zidane every single thing he's got. Now, there will be a professionalism that will give a certain amount, But there's this little X factor when you really want to play for somebody, and you really want to play for the jersey, and you really want to be there. So when you take all that away, that's taking a chunk of that extra ability that you have. So he's lost Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale's wasting his time staying at Real Madrid now.
Quickly, Gab.
If they need another body, he's there and Asensio's injured. That's all I'm saying.
But you need more than just a body there, don't you? You need more than just a body. You can't just have a body when it's Gareth Bale and you're paying him that sort of money. You can't just have a body there just in case we have about three or four injuries.
15 million a year body.
That's not what I'm suggesting.
Could,
I'm not suggesting. But if he doesn't want to go, Stuart, for the time being, that might come into it as well. There's only Real Madrid can't sell him if he doesn't want to go. But they may be in a situation where they say, look, with Asensio gone, is there a way to repair this? Gareth Bale has not had the greatest of relationships with previous Real Madrid managers either, because he's a certain type of player, and he's had a bunch of them before. Let's not forget that either. So he can still be productive, maybe to a point. Maybe that's the only way to salvage this, and for him to work his way back into the side if he ends up staying.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.